Blowing up villages, looting iron golems, trading with villagers. I love Minecraft, but it's better with friends. In today's video, I'm gonna show you how you can host your own Minecraft server on an old PC or laptop. So this is my low-end laptop. It has 8 GB of DDR3 RAM, an Intel i3 3rd gen with integrated graphics and a 100 GB SSD, and I have installed Windows 10 Home on this laptop. Now, if you head on over to the first link in the description, you'll find this download Termin JDK. Make sure you are on the JDK 25 LTS page. Then scroll down, find your operating system. In this case, it is Windows. Click on JRE and download the MSI file or whatever it is for your operating system. Now I'm gonna wait for this to finish installing. Once the file is done installing, double click on the file. Now it will give a warning that it is an executable, but just go through with it. Now install it like you would with a regular program. Just note that for all of the modules you have to click on it and click entire feature will be installed on the local hard drive, and proceed with the installation. Click yes and just wait for it to install. Okay, so now that the installation is complete, we can now safely delete the installer, and we can now close the download website. And once we head on to the second link in the description, we can download PaperMC, which is a lightweight Minecraft server fork that is made for performance and stability. Now let's just let it download, and I'll see you when the download is finished. Okay, so now once the download is completed, we can now safely close out of the PaperMC page and open up the third link in the description, which we need for this specific command. I would recommend that you copy the command for later and then simply minimize the browser and head on over to your downloads folder where the jar file we just downloaded is located. Let's create a folder. Wait, I'll just create it on the desktop instead so the tutorial is easier to follow. I'll name it Minecraft server. And now let's just drag our jar file from the downloads folder into the new folder that we have just created. Once the jar file is in the folder, now I'm going to make a new text document, and I'm going to name it run.bat, because this is actually going to be a batch script that will help us run the server. Just click yes on this warning, and if you can't see the extensions, click on view and enable file name extensions. Now right click and edit the batch file, and here I need you to enter the command that we saw from the third link into the notepad of the batch file. Right click and paste, and now the name of the jar file you see in the command has to match the name of the jar file in the server folder. Now I'm going to rename this to server.jar, and I'm going to update it in the notepad as well. Now that the jar file names are matching, this is the amount of RAM that you allocate to your server. Currently it's 4 GB, and as I have 8 GB in my laptop, 4 GB is plenty. Now let's exit out of this notepad to create another text document named eula.txt. This is a Minecraft server requirement, which is the end user license agreement. And now in this text document we have to type EULA equal to true and then save it. Now, oh wait a second, I forgot to add a command in the run.bat. So after this command, just hit enter and then type pause, so that if our server gets any errors because of this pause, we will be able to see the errors instead of the command prompt just closing out. Now after we have added this command, just click Ctrl S to save and close out the notepad. Now we can just double click the batch file to run the server. As you can see, it is currently downloading the original Mojang jar file, and it will now apply its patches so that our server will run using PaperMC. Now let's let the jar file do its own thing, and I'll see you guys once the server has actually started. As we can see, the server has now done processing, as it says done, and it only took a measly 60 seconds to complete processing. Now if we want to connect to our server, let's press Windows and R and type in CMD for command prompt. Hit OK, and now in this command prompt window type ipconfig so that we can get our device's local IP address, which we can use from another device to connect to our server. Now copy down this IP address, as we are going to need it when we connect from another device to the Minecraft server hosted on this device. So now let's try connecting to the server from another device. So here we are on a brand new fresh vanilla copy of Minecraft 26.1.2, which also matches the server version. Now I'm gonna go on multiplayer, add server. I'm gonna name this my old PC, and I'm gonna type in the server address that we copied earlier from the server laptop. Let's quickly verify the IP, and yep, that seems to check out. So now I'll click on done, and as you can see, Minecraft has detected our server even if we click refresh. And now if we click to join it, it will take some time on the first join, but as it is a low-end PC, that is expected. The performance of the server can be significantly improved using PaperMC plugins, but that is a topic for another video. Whoa, there is our server. We are in a desert biome with the chunks around us still loading pretty slowly. And remember guys, this is PaperMC. This is optimized for performance and stability. So just imagine what would have happened if we would have run a completely vanilla Minecraft server. Ooh, cactus flower. Anyways, as I was saying, this is PaperMC and the performance can be boosted using PaperMC plugins, as this is an i3 3rd gen CPU. But considering the age of this CPU, this server is able to handle a lot of load. Anyways, let's explore the world in creative mode. I'll just type /game mode. Oh wait, why are the commands not working? Oh well, let's just fix that real quick on the server PC. Okay, welcome back to the server PC. Let's just close out of this command prompt, as we don't need the IP anymore. And I'm just gonna minimize the server folder and close out of the other folder real quick so that you guys can properly see the server panel. Now here I'm gonna type OP followed by my username so that I become a server operator, which means I can basically use all the commands on the server. So let's test the commands on the server real quick. Okay, so now back in the server, we can see in the bottom left here, server made RehanVP a server operator, and now I can use any command I want to use, such as game mode creative. And lo and behold, I can now fly. Let's just give myself a diamond sword, and as you can see, the give command also works flawlessly. Now let's just go through some of the server settings that you can change on platforms such as Aternos, and how you can change it in your own local server. Okay, so now that we are back on the server PC, first of all, let's just go ahead and stop the server. To do that, I'll just type the command stop, and then I'll press enter so that the server saves everything. And because of the pause command, the command prompt does not close automatically, and I have to press a key to close it. Now in the server folder, let's find a file called server.properties, right click it and open with Notepad, as this is a text file that we can edit. Now in this server.properties file, we can see a bunch of settings for our local server, such as the difficulty, enforce secure profile, and more settings. Now if you have friends who join from T-Launcher, you can change the enforce secure profile to false and find the online mode setting to turn that false as well. Now this will allow T-Launcher users to also join the server. Now you can also change the MOTD that we saw earlier on the Minecraft server list page. So I'll just change that to my own server. You can enable whitelists here. You can enable, like, you can change the game mode, you can enable hardcore mode. There are a bunch of settings, and I would 100% recommend you all to go ahead and check out the documentation for all of these settings. Now once you're done with editing the settings, you can just save and close out, and then you can run the run.bat file again to start up your server safely. And that's it. You now have your own Minecraft server. If you ran into any issues, drop a comment and I'll help you out. And if you want more Minecraft tutorials like this, please consider leaving a like and making that subscribe button grey. Thank you for watching till the end, and I'll see you guys in another video. Till then, take care, bye bye.